The old master of the Kevin family was also furious, pointing to Delon's nose and cursing, "You are a shameless offspring. As a descendant of the family, how can you get along with this kind of woman? What if you let this kind of woman be pregnant with our Confucian heirs? Our family's face will be lost by you." Delon's face paled with fright. How could he have thought that his parents would have been to the hospital within 10 minutes? He didn't expect that he followed the female nurse on a temporary basis, and the male and female loved them, but he didn't expect to be watched by the elders. Seeing that Grandpa was so furious, he hurriedly confessed, "Grandpa, don't be angry. I was just confused for a while. It was because the doctor said that I couldn't do this for 3 months after the operation, so I couldn't hold it back. Please punish me." Old Kevin said angrily, "You bastard, your grandpa and grandma care about you so much, and come to see you specially. We didn't expect that you bastards are not so innocent, and I am really angry." After speaking, he scolded again, "Have you seen your grandma injured? Don't come over and have a look." Delon knew that there was a disaster. His first thought was to quickly shake the pot, so he pointed to the female nurse and blurted out, "Dad, this fox seduced me." The female nurse hugged a pillow to block her body and said aggrievedly, "Young master, you can't spit your mouth. If it weren't for the third young master, how could I betray my boyfriend like this? He is very affectionate." Delon scolded angrily, "UFC King have a boyfriend?" The female nurse said with tears in her eyes, "My boyfriend and I have been together for several years. I was planning to get married this year. If he knows about this, I won't be able to be a human being." Delon gritted his teeth with anger, while his father had a dark face and said to the female nurse, "I will let someone give you 5 million, and get out of this room and this hospital, now." When the female nurse heard that she had been given 5 million, she nodded in excitement, immediately wrapped her nurse uniform, and ran out happily. At this time, the doctor had also rushed over and sent the old lady who fell to the ground for examination. Delon's grandfather and Delon's father followed, leaving Delon's mother Dong Shuha in the ward. Dong Shuha looked at him angrily at this moment, and accused, "Why is this kid so ignorant? Where can you not do that kind of thing? You have to do it in the hospital. You know your grandfather sees this situation. He's so much pissed off?" "Mom, I was wrong." Delon lowered his head at this time, aggrieved like a child. Dong Shuha couldn't help sighing and said, "You don't know that your grandfather values the blood of the Kevin family the most. You are the male heirs of the Kevin family. Whoever prevents you from getting on the stage, pregnant with the child of the Kevin family, then he will never be reused by the father, the youngest son of the third uncle, and the second son of your fourth uncle. You don't know what will end." Delon knew very well in his heart that the youngest son of the third uncle's family and the second son of the fourth uncle's family were all messing around outside, causing the woman who could not get on the table outside to become pregnant at NT before being driven out of Eastcliff by his grandpa. Now these two people have been assigned to the south, and each run a small industry that cannot be used on the table. They are not eligible to return to the Eastcliff Kevin family and use the resources of the family by themselves. It can be said that they belong to the Kevin family, but more or less abandoned. The old master has been extremely proud of his blood throughout his life. This is because their family line was a master who was born in reading sages and served as high officials in the palace. In the Ming and Qing dynasties, don't know how many princes and princes were cultivated by their ancestors. Therefore, in the eyes of the old master, the blood of the Kevin family can only be reproduced and inherited by well-knowing ladies. It would be a great insult to the blood of the family if the women outside who could not get on the stage held the children of the family, and the old master could not bear it. Therefore, Delon's heart is also terrified. Fortunately, his parents and grandparents showed up early, otherwise, if he didn't have any protective measures, he end up with the female nurse and unfortunately made her pregnant with his own seed, then he would be finished. So he reverently said to Dong Shuha, "Mom, don't worry, I won't do this again." Dong Shuha sighed and said seriously, "It's useless if you tell me what you said. When you turn around, tell your grandpa, well, You must let your grandpa forgive you, understand? Understood, Mom. Delon nodded as if pounding garlic, and at the same time asked very depressed, Mom, why are you here so fast? I thought I would have to wait at least another 20 minutes. Dong Shuha glared at him, and said angrily, we were planning to drive here, but after your grandma heard about it, she was worried about your safety, so she proposed to take a helicopter over. Who would have thought of encountering such a thing after coming here? Hurry up and change your clothes. Go and see how your grandma is doing. Delon was very upset at this time. Hearing his mother told him to see his grandmother, he nodded hurriedly. Dong Shuha turned around at this moment and said, now put on clothes, hurry up. Delon hurriedly put on his clothes. Dong Shuha asked him, what the HLL was going on in the Orus Hill this time. Why did you rush back right after the past, and I heard that you swallowed a string of ruby necklaces. I picked them for you and asked you to present them. Is that the necklace for Miss Song? What is going on?